All right, what's up, guys? We're back at it again. This is Raw Detroit, and you know we talk football on this channel. So this is the Keeping It Raw podcast, and we're going to talk about quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Definitely all eyes will be on him in 2023 to see what type of quarterback he will ultimately be in the Power 5. Now, we know pretty much Shedeur Sanders, if you watched any footage or any tape on Shedeur Sanders, man, he can play, man. He is the real deal. He can play. And I love everything about this guy's game. Watching him from high school to watching what he's did currently so far at Jackson State has been phenomenal, man. In high school, I believe Shedeur Sanders won I think 3 straight titles, if I'm correct, in high school. And then he got so many offers from a lot of Power 5 schools. I think originally he did sign on to commit with Florida Atlantic University, I believe. But he ended up eventually decommitting from those guys and going on to play with his pops at Jackson State. And, man, he's been nothing but phenomenal. The stats that he has put up proves that this kid can play. Now, the biggest thing is now all eyes, he's going to have a bigger eye on him now that he's playing in the Power 5, because most people want to know, can you play at the next level? I seen what you did at a small school level, and that's what you would look at HBCU as more like a small school. But a lot of people don't know, man, that a lot of small school products they develop in the NFL, man. I mean, from Walter Payton played from Jackson State. You had guys like who is that? Jerry Rice went to a small school. I mean, you had a lot of different guys, man, that have gone to small schools and still have success in the NFL. The quarterback, Doug Williams, the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl in the Super Bowl era, Doug Williams from Grambling. So there's many players, and that's countless players that have come from smaller schools that have been able to have success. Now, Shedeur is going to have an opportunity to really, really show himself and prove himself that he can play. And the question on the table is, can Shedeur Sanders win the Heisman? I definitely think that he can. He has all the intangibles and all the things that he needs to do to prepare. And not only that, one thing I like about Shedeur Sanders, that he works in the offseason with Tom Brady. And we know that Tom Brady is definitely the greatest quarterback of all time, from the standard of having the most rings. And pretty much you're not going to break a lot of Tom Brady stats. He's been playing in the league for about 23 seasons. And there's not too many stats that you're going to break of Tom Brady's. And I believe Tom Brady could come back for another season. But definitely he works with Shedeur Sanders in the offseason. And I believe Shedeur has signed a NIL deal with the Brady brand as well. So he does wear the clothing and stuff like that too as well. But I definitely think, man, that Shedeur Sanders has what it takes to win the Heisman. Now, there's going to be a lot of different quarterbacks out there. So there's going to be a lot of competition with guys like Drake May of North Carolina, who had a phenomenal freshman season last year. And then, the Heisman trophy winner this year, Caleb Williams, pretty much went out there and was balling this year and was able to do it on the ground and with his arm as well. And that's something that definitely that I think that Shedeur Sanders brings to the table as well. Even though Shedeur don't really run as much, I think that he's been mainly just working out of the pocket and just trying to be better throwing out of the pocket. And that's all gravy and that's all fine. But at the same time, I would like to see Shedeur Sanders a bit use that ability to be able to skip out the pocket and make some plays happen every now and then. But do I think that Shedeur Sanders got a legitimate chance to win the Heisman Trophy? Yes, I do. I definitely think that this kid has and I'm gonna go over his stats, what he currently has so far with Jackson State. Now, in his freshman season at Jackson State. He passed over 3,231 yards in the air. He had 30 touchdown passes. Hear me again, guys. He had 30 touchdown passes, 8 interceptions, and his completion percentage was 65.9. Then you go back this season, and he had a even phenomenal year. So he got even better. He ended up passing in 2022 for 3,732 yards with 40 touchdown passes and 6 interceptions with a completion percentage of 70.6. So you know that Shedeur Sanders can play. And definitely, man, there's no ifs and buts about it. I think once he works on his game and gets himself better, I think that Shedeur Sanders definitely could be in that Heisman race. Will he win it? I do not know. But I definitely think that he could win it. And totally right now, he'll be going into his junior season with Colorado. And currently, his career totals is higher than a lot of guys, man. Right now he's passed over 6,963 yards with 70 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. So I really, really think highly of this kid. I think that Shedeur Sanders is not just living under his dad's name, but he's making a name for himself. And then they don't even play the same position. Shedeur Sanders is a quarterback, not a corner. But the other son, Shiloh, plays safety. So definitely I want to see what Shiloh is going to do as well, because I know he's going to be taking his talents to Colorado as well. And I think he has 2 years of eligibility left. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Sanders bros are going to be able to do at that Power 5 level. I definitely think that because Shiloh already had played in the Power 5. He played at South Carolina before he made the transition over to play with his dad at Jackson State. He was already playing for South Carolina Gamecocks. So he has a little taste of what it feels like to be out there. And I think that Shiloh is going to be a great safety, man. I definitely think that the kid can play as well. But definitely, man, Shedeur, all eyes are going to be on him because he's a quarterback. And we know that the NFL is a quarterback-driven league. And they're going to be looking at this kid, to see what he brings to the table. Definitely, another question on the table is how well will he perform in the Power 5 school? I think that at a Power 5 school, he's going to play well. The biggest thing with Shedeur Sanders is just being able to have the weapons. And now that Travis Hunter has committed, he's going to be playing both ways. And then a couple of receivers that they picked up, guys like Hopkins and other guys that they picked up, maybe still if Coleman is coming, and a couple other guys, Hooks, he may come. So you just don't know. But if those guys do come and he has the talent at the wide receiver position and he has the chemistry with these guys, I think that Shedeur Sanders is going to play well in the Power 5. He has the talent already. The talent is there. It's just being able to be under the microscope of the whole world, being able to see it. When you're at a smaller school, people don't really get to see your talent as much, or they don't catch your football games as much. But now the whole world is looking at Colorado because of the persona of his father, Deion Sanders, who is a Hall of Fame corner. Pretty much all eyes are going to be on his sons to see if they got what it takes to get to the next level. So I definitely think that Shedeur Sanders is going to be able to get to the next level. I think that this kid is going to have a phenomenal season. I don't know how many games Coach Prime is going to win in his first season. But I think that if he puts it together if the talent is there, because basically it's all about having the talent. When you're in college football, the number one thing is about recruiting. That's the number one thing, getting studs to be on your team, getting dogs on your team. And once you get that, and then these guys get that chemistry, they're going to be fine, man. So, it's going to be something, man. But I'm going to say they're going to win at least 7 games. They could win more, but I'm going to say at least 7 games that they're going to win. Because they was what, 1-11 last season? It was horrible. Colorado has not been relevant in years. It's been a long time. The last time they had a national title was what, 1990? So I remember Cordell Stewart playing for those guys and how he shocked Michigan that time. I remember a lot of things about these guys, man. So definitely, man, I definitely think that Shedeur Sanders has the talent to get it done. And the things that I think, another question out there on the table is what things do he needs to work on to prepare himself for the season. I think that Shedeur Sanders just needs to work on delivering the football, not holding on to the football real long, and working on his escapability out of the pocket and making sure that he has the chemistry and timing with the receivers. And I think if Shedeur Sanders works on those things, he's going to be fine. He has nothing to worry about. I think that he's going to have a great season, and I can't wait to see what the Colorado Buffs are going to do. All right, you guys, this is Raw Detroit, and I'm out of here. Peace.